Back in 2002, when I gave my life to Christ, February of 2002, I started attending this Baptist church. I started reading the Bible. It doesn't even, the Baptist church is irrelevant. So I was reading my Bible, and I remember I just gave my life to Christ. The Lord put it on my heart that I needed to start tithing and giving money to Him. Well, at this time, I had just gone through a divorce with my ex, first wife. I went through a divorce, and I didn't have no money. I'm driving around in a 1981 Toyota Camry. I got no money. I'm living on peanut butter jelly and ramen noodles. And here I feel God saying, okay, I know you're a new believer, but I want you to start taking, and if you will, for this story, the talent that I gave, the one talent I gave you, which is faith, that I'm giving you, Carlos, and I want you to invest in that. And I was like, well, I don't understand, God. Like, I don't get it. He's like, I'm like, Lord, I'm in debt. I had voluntarily repossessed a brand new, at that time, a Ford F-150 Lariat. Those are the 4-door Fords. At that time, they were brand new type. They were kind of new. It was new to have a 4-door pickup truck. So anyways, I had a top of the line leather. It was like $68,000 that I owed the bank. So I had voluntarily repossessed it because I couldn't afford it. I just, I had all these credit card debts. I was in debt. I was living paycheck to paycheck. Basically, my bills were just barely enough to pay child support, to pay my bills, and nothing else. I was left with not even $1 every month, every paycheck to my name. So I had to go, I literally had to buy bread and peanut butter and jelly and chips. And that's what I was eating for like months at a time. So this is not to feel sorry for me. I'm just telling you the story. There's people in way worse conditions than this. So I'm not feeling sorry for myself at all. I put myself in the own situation. So it's my own fault, right? So here I am, and I gave my life to Christ. I said, Lord, here I am in debt, and I can feel Him saying, I want you to tithe to me. So I went to this I was going to this Baptist church, and at that time, the pastor preached a message about tithing, and he referenced Malachi, and in the book of Malachi, where it says, give a tenth unto the Lord. And I felt strongly, of course, I've heard different people say about tithing, yes, you should tithe. No, you shouldn't. I don't know. You do what you want. I just know what works for me. This worked for me. So I said, Lord, so I kept feeling conviction that I kept feeling God saying, I want you to give 10% of your gross before taxes are taken out. So I'm left to $800 every 2 weeks. That's how much I was making at the time, roughly. So my before gross was like $1,000 every 2 weeks. So 10% out of 1,000 is $100, right? So here I am giving. So I felt, okay, Lord, I ain't got nothing to my name, but I'm gonna step out by faith. You said to give to you. Fine, I'll do it. Let's see what you got. I'm already in debt. I guess I'd rather be in debt to you than into the world. That's what my concept was, right? My thought process. So I would write, this is just a principle. I'm not telling you what to do, but this is Carlos, what I did. Before I paid any of my bills, before I even took any money out on the first of the month, actually the day before, every day before, I started writing a check. At that time we wrote checks, $100 every time, 10% of whatever my gross income was, $100. And I would write it the day before, put it in my wallet, and the next time I go to, church, at the time, I would put it in my tithe offering. And I did this for, I want to say 3 to 4 months. And here I am, I'm still living on peanut butter jelly time and ramen noodles. It ain't feeling good for me. So I'm like, Lord, man, I know what you said. But at the same time, I got to tell you guys, it wasn't just that. Like I could see, I didn't finish this. So I started doing that, and I felt God saying, I'm going to replenish everything you lost. So during this time, I was going through divorce. In in the middle of the divorce, I said, man, I'm paying child support. I'm gonna be left with nothing, homie. Like, I ain't gonna have nothing, God. Like, and God was like, just do the right thing. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. Trust me. Just do the right thing. I said, okay, God. You know, I don't get this. I'm not understanding all what you're doing, but I trust you. So within those 3 months, I was staying with my sister Chrissy at the time in her apartment with her husband at the time, Donnie, and I want to say maybe the second month I left. I went. That's when the divorce went final, and I was able to get I got back the house that we were living in, because she didn't want to live there. She said, I don't want the house, you can have it. I was like, okay, I'll have a place to stay, and I can have the kids come over here, and they'll enjoy their home, you know. So when I pick up the kids, so I went ahead and took the house. When I went there, it was nothing. She cleaned it out. She didn't leave nothing in there. It was totally just carpet. Nothing in the kitchen. Nothing. Everything was cleaned out. Nothing was in there, right? So I had to start from scratch. And I said, Lord, I ain't got nothing. So I slept on the floor. I slept on the floor. Then my neighbors, out of nowhere. So I'm tithing within those 4 months. Well, within that, I mean, everything happened so quick. I started going to this Bible study at work, Randolph Air Force Base. I was going to the Bible. The guy in the Bible study said, I felt led to give you my kitchen table, my kitchen. Do you need it? I was going to get rid of it. This is one of the active duty members. I was like, sure, dude, I'll take it. So little by little, people just started giving me furniture. And it wasn't like cheap furniture. I'm talking about like good, used, like no kidding, solid oak furniture. It wasn't chafas. It wasn't no cheap furniture. This is good furniture. I know it's used, but it was good. My neighbor across the street said he was getting brand new sofas, and he gave me his old sofas. There was nothing wrong with it. He had a dog, so they smelled a little bit doggy-ish, whatever. I took them outside, washed them, cleaned them, they're good. Look brand new. I ended up having the whole house within 3 months started filling up. Kitchen, you know, the only thing I did not get was a bed. I didn't care. All I did was get a foam crate, one of those thick foam crates, put it on the floor, put some blankets on that bad boy, and I slept on the floor with that foam crate. I was good, you know. I'm good, man. I deployed. I'll be all right. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. So, yeah, my back wasn't feeling the greatest, but with that foam crate, it was great. It was perfect. Felt like a bed. I was cool, you know. So my house started filling up. I started getting, and someone gave me an entertainment center. Oh, I went to the Goodwill at one time, and I got a really good deal for like $40. I got that's what it was, an entertainment center and some end tables and a coffee table for like $40. Dude, I was being blessed. I was starting to get things. I mean, the house started filling up. Like, people were just giving me stuff out of nowhere. And I know this is God, right? So during this 4-month time frame, so right around the 4th month, I had to re-enlist. And so during this time, they had a re-enlistment bonus. They have re-enlistment bonus in active duty for different career fields. Majority of the time, they give re-enlistment bonus for those career fields that you can get paid a lot more money if you did it on the outside, like a nurse, an x-ray technician, any kind of medical stuff, cyber security, any kind of computer, what other mechanical, like aircraft mechanical. There's other jobs like that where you can, if you got out of the military and you went on the outside, you get paid a lot more money. They give you a re-enlistment bonus. The incentive was to try to keep you in the military. They still do it today. They've been doing it for years. So they had a re-enlistment bonus for my career field. It was personnel. Personnel is like administrative. That's what I did at the time, like HR. So they haven't had a re-enlistment bonus for my career field, for my rank and my time and grade, which was 10 years, since back in Vietnam, they told me. They said it just came up like the day that I went to re-enlist. Don't tell me this ain't God. So I re-enlist. I got the 2.5 re-enlistment bonus. I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it was like $40,000. I owed $68,000 on that truck that was repossessed. I had to pay the bank $68,000, what they told me. But I got the re-enlistment bonus. I put it in my savings. I called the Bank of America, and I said, hey man, do y'all want to take this $40K? They're like, no, you owe us $60. Okay, cool. Hang up. I did tell them, I said, if you don't take it within a week, it's going to be gone. Because my thought process, I'm going to go buy me a brand new car and stop driving this jalapa, this 1981 Toyota Camry with no AC, 4 windows rolled down, and I'm sweating in the middle of hot summertime here in San Antonio. I'm gonna sell this bad. I'm gonna get rid of this sucker. I'm gonna give me a brand new car, because $40K, I think I can get a good car, a good used one, right? So anyways, I told the guy that, and the next day he called. I prayed about it. I left it alone. After I hung up, I said, Lord, you know what you're doing. I ain't gonna worry about it. I leave it in your hands. I've been seeing you do miracles from this time on. I'm just gonna trust you. The next morning, they called me first thing in the morning before I went to work, 7 o'clock, something like that. Sir, we're gonna go ahead and take that $40K and we'll just call your debt clean. I was like, what? Okay, and then I was like, okay, wait, my heart was starting to race. I'm excited. I said, man, okay, this has got to be you, God. So I said, all right, but I want you to send me a letter after I transfer the money to you. Send me a letter, a closure letter, saying that my debt is zero balance, and I don't owe you nothing. I need that letter to show my first sergeant. I was active duty at that time, and so anyways, they did that. They sent me the letter. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I praise God. I turned on some worship music in that bad boy. I was just praising God. I was excited the day that they sent me the letter. I was excited the day I transferred the money, and they said, I called back. I said, did you get the money? Yes. Can you tell, what's my balance? Zero. I said, man, this is God, right? So I'm excited. Mind you, all this is happening. I'm just like, Lord, I believe that God was honoring me tithing my 10%. I had one talent. I felt like God was telling me, I give you one talent, like the parable of the talents. Don't hide it under a bushel. Don't just do nothing. Let it do something with that. Let it be fruitful. Put it in my kingdom. Put it in my kingdom. So I was putting it in the church, my local church at the time. And I just kept doing that. Every time I went to church, I just kept tithing. I still kept tithing. So yeah, then I got promoted to E5. I still kept tithing. I got promoted to E6. I still kept tithing. You know, the more that I increase, any kind of bonus, even later on down the road, any kind of increase or bonus that we got, I would tithe on that. Any kind of increase that you get, the Bible says you should be tithing on that. So that's my understanding of it. Fast forward, we're out here 2021. I can tell you guys, God has blessed me tremendously. I say blessed me and my wife, blessed me and my family tremendously. Of course, y'all saw that I recently got promoted, but forget the promotions, just money wise. Now I'm able to have enough, or I have like 3 months of my pay saved in my bank, just in case for emergencies, just in case, you know, my job goes cray and they want to fire me. Well, I got 3 months to hold on, right? We good. So my family's secured. What else? You know, God is really, and I'm still tithing, mind you. I haven't stopped tithing. I'm not gonna stop till this day. And God, I've seen miracles happening like you wouldn't believe it. Like when we didn't have nothing, me and my wife first got married, there was a time where we were living paycheck to paycheck. And this couple who left the church, the guy, I'm still good friends with him, Memo. He called me up. He said, man, he wouldn't even go into church anymore. He said, man, I really felt like I bought all these pork chops. And this is when we had the last money that we had. I sent it to the church, the tithe and the offering that we promised. And that day we were going to just eat. We wouldn't even know what we were going to do. Really, I'm being honest. So we didn't have no money. We were just like living on faith. that guy calls me. He says, I have all these pork chops, bro. I want to give them. I felt like the Lord was telling me to give them to you. He had like bags and bags of pork chops that he had bought from the store. And he's like, you could just, whatever you don't use, just put it in the freezer, whatever, man. It's for you and your family. He brought them to us. Man, it was like manna. We were eating pork chops for like weeks until we started getting back on our feet again. So I tell you guys, always let your money be fruitful in the kingdom. Oh, I suggest you tithe your money. Take 10% of your gross income. Give it to your local church. If you're not going to church, try to give it to a charity. Me personally, what I've been doing since I haven't been going like to a constant church is I've been tithing my money. And I talked to my wife, this is a while back when we were living in South Dakota, because we didn't really have a local church there once we left San Angelo, Texas. We were giving our tithe to Voice of the Martyrs. Voice of the Martyrs, VOM. You can look them up online. Their ministry is to give to the underground churches, period, in China, in Iran, in Iraq, in all these places that are very difficult, Afghanistan. They take that money and they give it to those underground churches. So I've been doing that since, gosh, I want to say 2011-ish, 2011, 2010, probably. We've been tithing to Voice of the Martyrs. I'm still tithing to Voice of the Martyrs. I'm still blessed. So I'm just giving you information. This is my money story. This is how God is. It's not just about the money. It's also about the blessings. Like, I feel God's blessing over us, you know? I feel like he honors that. He's like, okay, I know you're always honoring me. You're always trying to do the right thing. You're trying to invest in my kingdom. I'm going to bless you back. So the more he blesses me, the more I try to bless others. The more I try and bless. So y'all see me. I go out here in the streets and I pray for people. A lot of times I buy water bottles. I buy snacks and stuff. I give them out. So I just give stuff out. And then I pray for them too. So I'm also not just like praying for them, but I'm also blessing people at the same time. So that's just what I thought would be a good thing. Anyway, I pray that you guys are blessed. I pray that you do what you want. You do what works for you. But this worked for me. But I tell you that every investment that you make, pray about it before you do it. Pray about it before you do it. Pray about it, because you got to seek wisdom. You got to seek God before you jump into an investment. Yes, now, fast forward, I met a good friend of mine who I work with, co-worker at work, and he's into stocks. He's been into stocks for a long time. He's not a believer. He's not a Christian. He's, I would just say, a non-believer. He's not like a bad person or nothing. He has respect and reverence for God. He doesn't, he's not a bad person, but he just doesn't follow the church or nothing. But he's very wise in his money spending. So I feel like the Lord led me to him. I don't really know for sure. I believe it's God helping me with him. So I talked to him at work. He gave me some pointers, let me know how to invest. He showed me what I could invest, let me know and let me understand how the stock market worked, because I had no clue. He helped me, instructed me. And then all this Biden money, I call it Biden money because it's free money. That's what he does. He just wants to give people free money. So like all this COVID-19 money that y'all be getting for your kids, that extra $500. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. You've been getting that in the bank. That free, child support, whatever, that child care money you've been getting. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. $300 to $500. I just take that money because I'm like, I'm not going to just hide it under a bushel. I'm not going to just make it not do nothing. I'm going to make this bad boy work. So I took that money and I put it in stock. I bought stock in Roblox, which I bought 20 shares. And at the time that I bought it, it was a brand new IPO. If y'all don't know what IPOs are, they're initial public offerings. This is stuff I just learned, so I'm not like a know-it-all. I'm just learning. Initial public offerings are brand new stocks that come out on the market. They're brand new. Normally they go really, really low. And that's why I bought IPO, because I like to buy low. I'm not going to pay a lot of money. So at the time, it was like, I want to say roughly $60 a share, something like that, maybe 40. Now, fast forward, if you go look up the stock market of Roblox, it's like $100 a share. So I've already made and multiplied a lot of money. Makes sense? So it's a gamble. People say it's a gamble, but I really think it's more of a technique. And you got to understand how businesses work. You got to start studying, doing your research, finding out how does is this business marketing with this other business? What are they doing to improve their business? So I have stocks in Roblox, and then just here recently I bought some in I forgot what it's called, Raytheon. It's a brand new electric car company in California, and they only build SUVs and trucks. It's brand new. They just came out. It's a brand new IPO, another IPO, and I bought it at like 120 a share. I only bought, I say only 7 shares at $120 each. It went up within 2 days to $160 a share. So, anyways, I think it went back down to 120. So I'm not really losing yet, but anyways, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys what is going on, and this is fast forward Carlos. So may the Lord bless you guys. I pray that that God will bless you, help you, and maybe this testimony will minister to you. Share it if it meant anything to you. God bless you guys.